Hello students, I'm exploring the tombs of the kings today in Paphos, which is at the west end of Cyprus. And it's actually kind of a bad name for it because they don't believe that kings were actually buried here, just important people, nobles and such. And this is one of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Cyprus. And so I'm going to show you some different areas of it. This particular tomb has, you can see behind me, Doric columns, and I'll show you above, it's open. And then different parts of the tomb that we'll look into in a minute. Very interesting to see this. This dates to the Hellenistic period and specifically to the Ptolemies. This is a necropolis site, which is a city of the dead. Lots of people were buried here. And a lot of the places, the tombs here were designed to be like living areas for the dead. And that idea comes from Egypt. And the nearest place that we find that in is Alexandria. So this idea that the dead could enjoy living in a place very much like they were during their life comes from Egypt during the Ptolemaic period. All right, so we're going to look around. Okay, I thought this was very interesting. You can see the little lip of the ground here. This is underneath the colonnaded peristyle, which is like a little courtyard. And then over here, we have a groove in the ground leading to this. So I'm assuming that rainwater would collect and then fill this spot, which could have been important for the fact that it was a burial place. I haven't read about that, so those are just my guesses at this point. And here we have some niches. Looks like a little altar area at the top there. Shallow shrine area. Curved ceiling. Let's go to this corner. Just an incredible piece of Hellenistic Greek history on the island of Cyprus. Okay, going back out to peristyle. These wonderful Doric columns. See the simple shaft, the simple cushion capitals of the Doric order. And then the triglyphs and metopes. And the well, which I did read was an important part of the tomb chambers. Can't really see how deep it is. Hope I don't drop my phone. All right, here's another of the tombs of the kings. Just to show you some more niches. Some stairs leading out there. It's just incredible to think of the history represented here. And then a little opening into some more of the tombs. And you can see some columns through there. All right, on another side of the peristyle, we have this interesting groove along the wall next to the door. Very deep niche there. with a little altar shrine area in the wall at the back. You can see some remaining plastered areas here with paint, part of the original frescoes. Just incredible. Okay, students, I wanted to show you from above what we just looked at with the columns. To the left, you can see that niche where the little groove from the floor leads to. Here's another one of the tombs that has an atrium and columns. You can see it has a different look to it with columns that are not nearly as intricately designed. Nevertheless, the idea is the same with the atrium, the colonnaded peristyle area, and this one has a well too. Just to show you some of the setting here, there's the sea, and you can see the ruins of the walls and some stairs there. More of the tombs of the kings. All right, here's another one of the tomb areas. See, this one has a semicircular ceiling. 3 niches over there for coffins. And what's really interesting about the outside here is there's a niche up there that is not deep enough for a coffin. Maybe it was a shrine area for idols. And here's another niche outside. And this side of this area of the tombs has been blasted out so we can see well with lots of light. We're going to walk in, and I want to show you the chisel marks. You can see really well. Now, all of this originally was plastered over and painted, but it's really interesting to see underneath here. There's a stone down here that actually has some remaining plaster with pigment. This was a fresco at one point. It's too worn for us to see exactly what was painted on there, but it's exciting to see some of the remaining paint fresco. And there's one of the tomb niches. Another one. And this was the entrance with the stairs. Okay, just randomly lying here, walking along, I see a piece of what might have been an altar, shrine. And then coming around the corner, some more burial chambers. You see some arched openings through there. More of the tombs of the kings. Okay, we're going to look inside this tomb. It has an interesting entrance with a partially carved side, and then these 2 knob-like areas. There's nothing written that I've read yet about this, why this is. Okay, looking around, here are the niches for the coffins. Love seeing all these groove marks from the tools that they used. And then, as I mentioned, they would have covered this with plaster. And there we see some of that plaster covering for the frescoes that originally decorated these walls. Just fascinating. There's a couple of different colors we can see there. And there's the doorway from the inside.